This week on FYD we are giving away free stickers. Simply buy anything off the FYD website to the value of £5 and I will throw in free oil slick diamond cross stickers just like this. So buy either 2 OG stickers, buy any air freshener pack to the value of £5, get this sticker for free, buy any jet tag and you will get this sticker for free. No code needed, I'll just throw it in your order as a thank you. Third gear. The traction control is going absolutely insane in this thing. Mate, something that looks like this should not be this fast. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a sleeper build on our hands. If you did not know what you were looking at, you'd think, yeah, that's like some 1.4 diesel variant of a Seat from 2002. Yeah, no, this ain't that car. This is a just shy of 300 horsepower 1.8 turbo hybrid turboed Seat Leon Cupra non-R. So if you didn't know, they did a non-R variant, still called a Cupra, but this one has had some ticklings from Devil Developments, a hybrid turbocharger. Second gear's ridiculous. Some insanely good mapping to keep those rods at bay and that 1.8 turboed lump up front, even in fourth gear, mate. Wow. I know what you're thinking, 300 horsepower, it don't sound like a lot, but if you think about the outside of this car, the generation of these Seats, 300 horsepower is a lot of power in this chassis. So this was centered around a budget build for the owner. He thought, well, this is a stopgap car, I'm not going to spend loads of money on it. And that's exactly what this was. He bought it just to see him buy for a bit, knowing that he loved the Seat Leon from this generation. Way back when even I had an Ibiza from this generation. He thought, well, a great stopgap car is a car that I couldn't afford when I was younger. So went and bought one and pretty much instantly fell in love with it. As a stopgap car, he's had it over 2 years now and has spent many happy miles in it, but decided, I don't think the power's right. 180 horsepower is okay, but I think we need to bump it up. It went to stage 2, you know, 230, 240 brake horsepower. And he's like, do you know what? I haven't come this far just to come this far. So an L280 hybrid turbocharger was put on the car, as well as a full Miltech catback exhaust system, 300 litre an hour fuel pump, a large front mounted intercooler by Welly on the front of it, and yeah, it produced 295.6 brake horsepower on the dyno. Hell of a power figure from a 1.8 turbo engine. The torque curve is gradual because, of course, we don't want to be bending anything in this engine. That's exactly what Devil Developments wanted to go and prevent, was the common benditure of parts of the engine bay, because no one wants their engine bending and rods falling out and various things happening. And the owner has produced one hell of a car, and it's a complete sleeper. I don't know if you guys agree with it, but I think roof rack, silver, no tinted windows, no aggressive bumpers. He's even gone down the route of replacing the fog lights with just standard 1.4 and diesel grills that wouldn't have come with fog lights at the front when he took all of the front bumper off, trimmed it down for the larger intercooler that again is completely hidden because it's been so properly put into the front of this car. You wouldn't even know there was a massive intercooler on the front of this thing if you were looking at it. And the only telltale sign is the Cupra badge on the back, but I still don't think that's enough of an indication to let everybody know that there's something quite serious happening in the engine bay of this car. I think this is the funniest bit for me, because no one is the wiser that I've been thoroughly enjoying a 300 horsepower car that looks like that. I mean, everybody else just thinks I'm on, you know, some daily commute, maybe going to the tip, putting some kayaks on the roof, something like that. It just screams normal, which is like, okay, like I appreciate that, But also, I know full well that no one else knows how much fun this is to drive and how sort of ridiculous actually the power is, especially the curve. It just feels so right, especially like scenarios like this, people driving past and next to, you know, a lay-by and all that. No one knows what's going on. If you're here in some hunkered down version of this with big wheels and flames out the back of it, they'd all know full well that you're out here to cause some trouble. Whereas, I mean, you could be going to a doctor's appointment in this at 1,000,000 miles an hour and people would not know any better. But I love this thing, I think it's awesome. Also, for comedy value, I absolutely love that it's got a Seat used car service and repair sticker in the back. I love that the thought process was that he wants to keep a daily driver. He wants to keep the drivability of what was and still is a very family-orientated Seat Leon, but with the aggression of nearly 300 horsepower going through the front wheels. And remember, this comes from an era where 300 horsepower weren't going through front wheels, especially from the factory. Now every Golf R and S3 comes with 300 horsepower. Because it's an older chassis, you feel a bit more of the power, you feel a bit more of the road. It's such a different experience from 300 horsepower you'll get pretty much in any other platform, especially a very, very new platform. Of course, it wouldn't be a proper video without turning into a little Tesco's here and get a little drink for the road. We'll talk about the interior too. Also, just off camera, there's like some mad old school. I like old cars, but that's way too old for me. You guys might be able to see it, you might not be able to see it on camera. It is like some old madness with like no doors. Sick. Right, I'm back from the shop and I've bought a bottle of water. Health kick and all that, you know. Shouldn't be drinking Monsters every time I do a video, but cup holder wise though, as we start the car, it has a cup holder right in front of us. Yeah, look at that action. Love to see it. Now, we usually diagnose if there's any other cup holders in the car, because I love a cup holder. There's storage bins in the back. There's no cup holders or sizable bins in the doors. But again, you do have that can cup holder here. Smaller cans would be best for that cup holder. It's very late 90s, early 2000s Seat. Textured dash. You've got digital climate control, which is pretty cool in this one. Got a tape player. Shout out tape players. And in the glove box, which reveals a 6-disc changer, there is actually a slight cup holder there. But I feel like this can, if you did break, would just, you know, fall straight into the glove box and fill the glove box with your carbonated beverage. But talking point is the seats, so comfortable. Reminds me of eras where comfy sports seats were a thing. Now some cars bit too aggressive on the seats, if I'm honest. Tons of room in here and really easy to drive as well. Anyway, I'm gonna have some water. We'll get on the road, shall we? Third gear, 3,000 RPM. Revving right round past. It's jolly fast, that. Making some seriously funny noises in this video today. It's running around 22 PSI as well. It has been mapped properly where the surge isn't low down. You don't want tons of surge. You don't want, as a daily driver and as sort of a sleeper, first gear, second gear, it works, but it's not spinning tyres up. It's not, especially in first gear, letting go and torque steering all over the road. That's because it's been built properly. It's been built with the idea of this car being usable. The usable power that this car has is a 100% there. You could literally put it in fifth gear and it chills. It's not loud and it just poodles along. Unless you put your foot down, you would have no idea that this had any power in it. Do you know what the best thing is? The owner has done most of the work himself. Of course, he couldn't do the mapping, he couldn't do all the crazy, you know, making it rumble at 5,000 RPM and the torque curve coming properly, but he's pretty much done every single thing to this himself on his driveway on a budget, and I just have hats off to you, mate. Honestly, it is such a lovely driving car. Even down to when he got it, he actually, before started modifying it, and this is a true testament to your thinking cap on when it comes to building a car, he went through everything. We're talking ball joints, rubbers, brakes, every single bit of this car was thought about with the intention of going a little bit more power and a little bit faster. So as you sit at, you know, 40, 50, 60 mile an hour in 5th gear, it's like a brand new car in here. Even at 149,000 miles, you wouldn't even know, honestly, you wouldn't have a clue that this mileage was on there and this power was running through the front of this car, and that's why I think it's such a cool build. Also, I'm going to go back to the idea it's got a bloody roof rack on it, no tinted windows, silver, no crazy bumpers, 3rd gear. Just let her have it. With that, guys, I'm going to thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did like it, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think of this sleeper-ish build that I've picked up today. Thank you so much to the owner for letting me take it out. I am so happy that we got to feature something this cool. And again, it's generational. I had TTs from this era with the BAM engines. I've had Ibiza from this generation, the Cupra. I have experienced this platform and this chassis many, many times, but never like this. But thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.